Mike, let me read you something. 6:42 in the morning. Priya is standing on a cold train platform, coffee in her hand, watching a little sign that says her train is delayed. Again.
Oof, I know that feeling. That sign is basically laughing at you.
Right? And she does this 5 days a week. So one morning, standing there, she thinks, what if I just didn't do this on Fridays? And that little thought turns into a real conversation with her boss.
So today's all about asking to work from home, but doing it the right way.
Exactly. How to ask for a hybrid schedule, how to propose a trial period, and how to reach a compromise that works for everyone. Let's get into it. So, Priya works at a marketing company. Good job, nice team, but her commute is brutal, almost 90 minutes each way.
90 minutes, each way. That's basically a part-time job just getting to work.
That's exactly how she feels. By the time she gets home, it's dark, she's tired, and the whole commute has eaten up 3 hours of her day.
Quick question before we go on, commute. Is just the trip to work and back, right?
That's it. Your commute is the regular journey between home and work. Some people have a 5-minute walk. Priya has a 90-minute train ride with a delay every other day.
So what does she decide to do?
Well, here's the smart part. She doesn't just march into her boss's office and say, I hate my commute, I want to stay home. She stops and thinks about it like a real plan.
Good, because I hate my commute is a feeling, not a proposal.
Beautifully put. She realizes that if she wants her manager to say yes, she has to think about what the company cares about, mainly, is the work still getting done?
So productivity.
Productivity, yes. Her boss doesn't really care where she sits. He cares about her productivity, how much good work she actually gets done.
And funnily enough, that long commute probably hurts her productivity, doesn't it? If you're exhausted, you're not doing your best work.
That's exactly the point she wants to make, so she starts keeping notes. On the days she happened to work from home, maybe a plumber was coming, that kind of thing, she writes down what she got done.
So she's collecting proof, not opinions, actual examples.
Proof, and what she finds is interesting. On those quiet home days, she finished her reports faster. No one stopped by her desk, no surprise chats. Her productivity was actually higher.
Which makes sense. Offices are noisy. Someone's always asking, hey, have you got a sec?
Right now, Priya isn't trying to escape the office forever. She still likes seeing her team, so she decides she wants a hybrid setup.
Let's slow down there. Hybrid, that's the mix, isn't it? Part office, part home.
Exactly. A hybrid schedule means you split your week, maybe 4 days in the office and 1 day at home. That's the hybrid model that lots of companies use now.
So she's not asking for full remote. She's asking for one day. That already sounds reasonable.
1 day, Friday, and she picks Friday for a reason. Friday afternoons in her office are quiet anyway. Lots of meetings are done, people are wrapping up the week.
Smart, she's choosing the day that's easiest to say yes to.
She's thinking like her boss. Now, she needs to actually make the request, and this is where the language really matters. So she books a short meeting with her team lead, Dan.
Not a hallway ambush, an actual meeting. I like it.
Yeah, she sends a calm message. Hi, Dan, could we find 15 minutes this week? I'd like to propose a small change to my schedule. Notice that word propose.
That word propose sounds so professional. It's softer than I want or I need, right?
Much softer. When you propose something, you're suggesting an idea and inviting the other person to think about it. You're not demanding, you're opening a door.
So I'd like to propose is a really useful opener for any work request.
One of the best. Okay, so the meeting day comes. Priya sits down with Dan and hears more or less how it starts.
Let's hear it.
She says, thanks for the time, Dan. I wanted to propose working from home on Fridays. I've been thinking about it for a while, and I've actually got some numbers I'd like to show you.
Numbers, she came ready.
She came ready, and Dan, to be fair, doesn't say no right away, but he does look a little unsure. He says, and what makes you think you'd get as much done at home?
Ooh, the productivity question, the big one.
The big one, but she's ready for it because that's exactly what her notes are about. We'll get to her answer in a minute, but first, let's lock in these words.
Vocab time. Let's start with commute.
Your commute is the regular journey you make to work and back home. It can be a noun, my commute is long, or a verb, I commute by train. Priya's commute is 90 minutes each way.
So I could say, I hate my morning commute, or it takes me an hour to commute to the office.
Perfect, both work. Next, productivity.
That's how much useful work you actually get done, right? Not how busy you look, how much you finish.
Exactly. My productivity is higher in the morning means I do my best work early. Bosses love this word because it's about results. Priya's whole argument is that her productivity goes up at home.
Okay, next up, hybrid.
A hybrid schedule is a mix, some days in the office, some days at home. You might also hear hybrid working or a hybrid model. The key idea is it's a blend of two things.
So we're a hybrid team, 3 days in, 2 days out. Got it. And last for this round, propose.
To propose is to suggest a plan or idea for others to consider. It's polite and professional. I'd like to propose a new idea, or she proposed working from home on Fridays.
And it's softer than saying I want. You're offering an idea, not putting your foot down.
Exactly, 4 words down. Now let's find out how Priya answers that tricky productivity question. So Dan's asked her the hard question, what makes you think you'd get as much done at home? And Priya stays calm. She doesn't get defensive.
That's key, isn't it? The moment you get defensive, you sound like you're guessing.
Right, instead she says, that's a fair question. Actually, over the last 2 months, I've worked from home 4 times, you remember, when the builders were at my flat. On those days, I finished my client reports about a third faster.
Nice. She turned a random work-from-home day into evidence.
And she keeps going. In the office, my afternoons get broken up by little questions and chats. At home, I can put my head down for 2 solid hours. My productivity, honestly, is better.
So she's admitting the office has interruptions, but she's not blaming anyone. She's just describing it.
Exactly, and Dan nods a bit. He can't really argue with real examples, but he's still got a worry, and it's a common one. He says, my concern is the team. If people can't reach you, things slow down.
Ah, the classic manager fear. I won't know what you're doing.
That's the fear. So Priya offers a solution, and this is where our next phrase comes in. She says, totally understand. So here's what I'd suggest on my home days. I'll check in with you every morning and every afternoon. A quick message on the team chat.
Check in, that just means to make quick contact, right? Like, here's where I am, here's what I'm doing.
Exactly right. When you check in with someone, you give them a short update or see how they're doing. Priya's saying, I'll check in twice a day so you always know I'm reachable and on track.
That's clever because it directly answers his fear. He's worried he can't reach her, so she promises to check in.
It removes the worry. And she adds, and of course, if anything urgent comes up, you can always call me. I'll be as reachable as I am at my desk.
So she's showing she's flexible about it. She's not saying, leave me alone all day.
That's a great word, flexible. She's being flexible, meaning she's willing to bend and adjust to make it work for the team. She even says, I can be flexible on which day if Friday doesn't suit the team.
So flexible is basically the opposite of stubborn. You're open to changing.
Exactly. And here's the thing, when you show you're flexible, the other person usually becomes more flexible too. It goes both ways.
So how does Dan react to all this?
He's warming up, but he's still not ready to say yes forever. And honestly, that's normal. Most bosses don't want to make a permanent decision on the spot.
Right? Because if it goes wrong, taking it back is awkward.
So Priya offers the perfect thing. She says, how about we start with a trial period? Say 1 month. If my work slips at all, we stop, no hard feelings.
Oh, that's smart. A trial period, a short test before you commit.
That's exactly it. A trial period is a short time when you test something before deciding for good. It takes the pressure off because Dan isn't promising anything long-term.
It's like a try before you buy. If it doesn't work, they go back to normal.
Precisely, and a trial period feels safe for the boss. He can say yes without feeling trapped. So Dan thinks about it and says, okay, I like the trial period idea. Let's try 1 month.
Yes, but wait, did he agree to Friday the full day?
Ah, not quite. And this is the part I love. Dan says, 1 month of Fridays feels like a lot to start. How about this? For the trial, you work from home every other Friday. If it goes well, we move to every Friday.
Oh, so he's meeting her halfway. That's a compromise.
That's the word compromise. A compromise is when both sides give up a little to reach an agreement. Priya wanted every Friday. Dan wanted to be careful. The compromise, every other Friday for now.
And what does Priya do? Does she push for more?
No, and this is the mature move. She accepts the compromise. She says, that's fair. Every other Friday for a month, I'll check in twice a day and we look at the results together.
She said that's fair. She's showing she gets that a good compromise isn't about winning everything.
Exactly. A good compromise means nobody gets everything, but everybody gets something they can live with. And it builds trust, which matters more long-term.
So they've got a plan. Hybrid every other Friday, 1 month trial period, check in twice a day.
You've got it. Let's freeze the story there and go over these new words.
Round 2, let's start with check-in.
To check in with someone means to make quick contact and share an update or see how things are going. I'll check in with you after lunch. She checks in with her team every morning.
And careful, this is different from checking in at a hotel or the airport, right?
Good catch, same words, different situation. At work, check in usually means a short update. Just checking in, how's the report coming along? Next word, flexible.
Flexible means you're willing to change or adjust easily. Not stiff, not stubborn.
Exactly, my hours are flexible. I can be flexible about the date. She's very flexible when plans change. It's a wonderful word in a negotiation because it shows goodwill.
Okay, next, trial period.
A trial period is a short time when you test something before you commit to it for good. Let's do a 2-week trial period. The new schedule is on a trial period for now.
And it's brilliant for asking for things because it lowers the risk for your boss.
It takes the fear out of yes. And last one for this round, compromise.
A compromise is when both people give up a little to reach an agreement everyone can accept.
Right, we reached a compromise. In the end, they compromised. You can use it as a noun or a verb. Priya wanted every Friday, Dan wanted caution, and the compromise was every other Friday.
So a compromise isn't losing. It's both sides walking away with something.
Perfectly said. Now, 1 month later, let's see what actually happened. So the trial period runs for a month. Every other Friday, Priya works from home, and she does exactly what she promised. She checks in every morning and every afternoon.
Did she keep it up, though? Sometimes people promise to check in and then go quiet after a week.
Great point, and that's exactly what would have killed the whole thing. But she was disciplined. Every home Friday, 9 a.m., a short message. Morning, here's my plan for today. And around 4, here's what I finished.
So Dan never had to wonder what she was doing.
Never, and because he could see the updates, he actually relaxed. He stopped worrying. And her productivity, just like she predicted, her Friday reports were done faster and cleaner.
And I bet skipping that 90-minute commute helped her mood too.
Hugely, on her home Fridays, she used the time she'd normally spend on the commute to start work early and go for a walk at lunch. She was less tired, and it showed in her work.
So at the end of the month, what does Dan say?
They sit down again. Dan says, "Honestly, Priya, this went better than I expected. Your productivity's been solid, and the check-ins made it easy for me. I'm happy to move to every Friday."
There it is, the full Friday. The trial period paid off.
It really did. And here's a lovely twist. Dan liked the hybrid idea so much that he brought it to the rest of the team. Now the whole team has a hybrid option.
So Priya's one polite request turned into a hybrid policy for everyone.
Exactly, because she made it easy to say yes. She proposed instead of demanded, she offered a trial period instead of asking for forever, and she was flexible about the details.
And she accepted the compromise instead of fighting for every last thing.
That's the whole recipe. Let me quickly compare, Mike. Imagine the other version of Priya, the one who marches in and says, "This commute is unbearable. I need Fridays off from the office."
Yeah, that Priya sounds like she's complaining, and she gives Dan no reason to trust her.
Right, no numbers, no plan to check in, no trial period, no flexibility. Dan would probably just say, "Sorry, company policy," and that be the end of it.
So the difference isn't what she wants, it's how she asks.
That's the lesson in one sentence. Same request, completely different result, all because of the approach.
Can we pull out the exact phrases she used? I think people could almost copy them.
Let's do it. Phrase 1 to open. I'd like to propose a small change to my schedule. Calm, professional, not pushy.
Phrase 2 when they doubt your productivity. That's a fair question. Let me show you what I got done.
Phrase 3 to answer the "I can't reach you" worry. I'll check in twice a day and you can always call me.
Phrase 4 to lower the risk. How about we start with a trial period?
And phrase 5 to show goodwill. I can be flexible on the day if that helps the team. Then when they meet you halfway, you say, "That's fair," and you accept the compromise.
Honestly, that's a full script. If you're nervous about asking, you could almost read those 5 lines.
You could, and one more thing worth saying, this works for more than just remote days. Different start times, a 4-day week, swapping a task. Same recipe every time.
Propose, show your productivity, offer to check in, suggest a trial period, stay flexible, and accept a fair compromise.
You just summed up the whole episode. Let's lock in those last words and then wrap up.
Let's do a fast review of all 8. Sarah hit me with hybrid.
Hybrid, a mix of office and home working. Our team went hybrid last year.
Commute.
Commute, the regular trip to and from work. Her commute is 90 minutes each way.
Productivity.
Productivity, how much useful work you get done. My productivity goes up when it's quiet.
Propose.
Propose, to suggest an idea for others to consider. I'd like to propose a new schedule.
Check in.
Check in, to make quick contact and share an update. I'll check in with you after lunch.
Flexible.
Flexible, willing to change and adjust. I can be flexible about the time.
Trial period.
Trial period, a short test before you commit. Let's do a 1-month trial period.
And compromise.
Compromise, an agreement where both sides give up a little. We reached a compromise. All 8 done. Okay, let's tie a bow on it. Priya had a painful commute and wanted to work from home on Fridays. Instead of complaining, she built a case.
She went in ready. She used the word propose to open softly, and she brought real proof that her productivity was actually better at home.
When her boss worried he couldn't reach her, she promised to check in twice a day. And she stayed flexible, happy to change the day if the team needed it.
Then, to lower the risk, she suggested a trial period, just 1 month. And when Dan offered every other Friday instead of every Friday, she accepted the compromise.
And that compromise built trust. 1 month later, the trial period was a success, she got her full Fridays, and the whole team ended up with a hybrid option.
So here's your challenge, listeners. Think of one small change you'd like at work. Now, how would you propose it? What proof could you bring? Could you offer a trial period?
And remember the golden rule, it's usually not what you ask for, it's how you ask. Be prepared, be flexible, and be ready to compromise.
Our 8 words again: hybrid, commute, productivity, propose, check-in, flexible, trial period, and compromise.
Try using 2 of them at work this week. That's the best way to make them stick. Thanks for listening, everyone.
See you next time, and good luck with that request. You've got this.